Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back today. Well, you've guessed it, we're in downtown Kato Paphos. We've got views to die for. Have a look at that. And on top of all that, we've got Miss Oching doing a bit of that.
Hello everybody! How nice to see you again and again.
And again, and as I can see, the little rat is hanging on for dear life. That's for sure. This is what we call a rat. That's Brasilia Labu's very own pet rat.
It's called ponytail. Rat. What is rat?
I know. But I've always referred to it as a little rat. It has two little eyes and it's hanging on for dear life, that's for sure. Yeah. But it makes you look absolutely beautiful.
You know,
I can see you getting hot, that's for sure.
The women should have an easy decision. When the hair is not done, when she needs a quick result, bless you.
Now, believe it or not, well, I hope most women are able to get out of bed and look beautiful. She is, that's for sure. I take a little bit of work. I have to have a bit of plastic surgery, a bit of concrete, glasses, a blue hat, and a lot of blue to make me look that little bit more pleasant, that's for sure. Anyway, stick with us. We are in the downtown Kato Paphos harbour area, and we're going to share with you some of the restaurants, some of the cafes, and some of the shops, and some of our gumbarus as we go on our travel. There we go. That's the Captain's Bistro, and next door to that is Blue Memories, which is a great gift shop. After that is the Moorings restaurant, again one of our favourite little restaurant cafeterias. They do a very good breakfast, they do a good lunch, and they do whatever you want right up till around about 11 o'clock at night, even in the winter. Hence why it's always busy, because a lot of people come back to Paphos 2 or 3 times in a year. So they might come before the summer season, in the summer season, and then late on. So they tend to look for restaurants and bars that they can frequent on those 3 occasions. This is my English, you stole my English. Occasions, and that one is one of them. The Moorings snack bar, that's for sure. Hi, you all right? There's some guys having a great meal. Now, the first lady on our travels is the Rastafarian. What does she do? Well, she does hair wrapping, and there she is with a great smile. A queue of people, as we can see, and they're all waiting to be braided. They choose the twine, they choose the beads, they cross her hand with a little bit of money, and they get braided. Thanks very much. Absolute superstars, every single one of them, and I hope that gives them a great memory of their weekend or their holiday or whatever it may be. Silvia?
Yes, and in these occasions or in this business, Jenny is the best, as you say.
She is, yeah, that's what they say. There's 2 or 3 braiders around, and they all have their own little uniqueness, obviously. They'll do something that way, give you a free bead, whatever it is. But in general, all 3 of them are very good. All 3 are very busy. So, waiting for this man to arrive. We've obviously outrun him. This man, just so you understand, he has been featured a few times. There he is. Tattoos. So he does tattoos. Now, they're not permanent tattoos. They are semi-permanent tattoos that last around about a fortnight. And if you want something like these works of art that you see on arms for weddings, that sort of stuff, he charges you around about €20. His name is Mr. Pollis, very easy to remember, and he's next door to our one and only favourite superstar of all time. There she is, Miss Katerina, and her hard-working husband, Mr. Konstantinos.
It's very near.
Yes,
Every day.
Yeah, she sits close.
20 seconds.
Yes, that's right. What Mr. Konstantinos is saying is that his beautiful wife never sits far away from that pocket.
Yeah. When the season going full, you know, it's coming near, slow, very near.
Right. So, what he's saying is, as the season gets hot up and he makes more and more money, that wife gets closer and closer. But he's only joking. Anyway, what they do, they'll engrain your name on rice. That's what they'll do. That's what they're off. And he gets put it on a pendant, on a bracelet. They do seashells, that sort of stuff. It's a unique thing for downtown Kato Paphos. No one else is doing it. There's nowhere else to get it done in the whole of the Paphos area. So come and see Mr. Konstantinos and his beautiful wife, Miss Katerina. Give them €8 to €10.
Yes.
And they'll make you the bracelet of your choice. Right in front of you, they will make it.
Yes.
And he even sticks the euros on there. For some reason, I don't know why he does that.
They asked me many times how I write on a grain of rice.
Okay.
So yesterday they asked me, I explained, but yesterday they asked me 5 times.
Right.
So I say, it was a long name, difficult. I say, look how I write the name on a grain of rice fast.
Right.
Say,
and how long does it roughly take?
I ask, have you €20? Say yes.
Yes. Excellent.
Give me the €20 here around. they make this, you know,
Yeah.
and I write fast. In some seconds, the name is fast.
Fast. What was the name you wrote?
If you show me €10 or 20 or any,
Yeah, immediately, it's faster.
I write fast any name.
Yeah. I can imagine
He's
which
the
of
fastest
50
writing
euro.
man in the world if you show him a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Absolute
Mr.
star.
Paul, did you understand
I understood
the
what he
joke?
meant, yeah.
Constantino say, when the money amount, the coupure
Goes up.
eventually goes up, the
speed, the
of
speed, the
making
speed.
it even faster and
Yeah.
faster.
So, if you want to have one of these bracelets made, it's €8, but if you want it done faster, yeah, if you don't want to go and spend €10 in a cafe or whatever it is, you give him €20 and he'll do it like that, that's for sure.
Δώσ' μου 100 ευρώ και κάμνε μου έτσι. Άντε, κρεμούβε. Περνά από το κέφαλο
Here we
και
go.
πάντα.
Here we go. Ms. Hutching, Receive Laboof is telling them that a €100 note, if I wave
Yeah,
it around
yeah,
her
it's a
head,
headache.
is a headache
You didn't
remover,
understand.
that's for sure. Anyway, here we go. That's the great Jenny. Jenny, the best. That's who it is. Jenny, 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 the best. Now, we've got a Gumbaru over here, so we'll be careful as we film because they don't really like it that much, that's for sure. But this is Mr. Chris with the sea sponges. That's what he does. There we go. Right, Mr. Chris, standing to attention, that's for sure. You're very, very good, that's for sure. Now, and then we have Mr. Hector. He's waiting his place. Now, Mr. Hector is one of the greatest artists. Good evening, good evening. And his English is getting better and better. He speaks good English, but as time goes on, it's getting better and better and better. Now, he does portraits, if you understand, and he does caricatures. Caricature takes around about 10 to 15 minutes, costs about €20. Portrait, around about €100, and obviously takes hours and hours. And he will invite you to sit 3 to 4 times for an hour at a time. He's a great, great guy. You all right, Mr. Hector? Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure. He's a great, great guy. Now, we were showing Mr. Chris' friend a bit of respect because Mr. Chris' friend is a policeman and he's not allowed to be on camera, that's for sure. Now, Mr. Chris's son has a son, and his son is called Mr. Mike. And Mr. Mike has a diving centre and it's called Into the Blue. His contact details are there, 96218976. He's on Paddy and he's on TripAdvisor, and he's a great, great guy indeed, that's for sure. Now, as I've said before, we are not allowed to film public figures. That is policeman. There's the accountant. There he is. That's Mr. Chris's accountant. He's a great, great guy. We've met him many, many times. And we're not allowed to film public figures. So that includes policemen. So we showed that man the respect, and that's why the camera was turned away very, very quickly. He's a nice guy. He could arrest us, but he chooses not to do it.
Mr. Chris has got very nice jewellery on him, and I noticed that
That's
I like.
Shark
You
teeth.
see?
There we go.
It's the last one I ate.
This one, what is this? Is beautiful, actually. This one.
The eye of the sea.
Αυτό
Eye of the
εννοούσες,
sea.
ναι,
Ναι, ναι.
beautiful.
And then the final?
This is his
yeah.
religious thing.
Religious, yeah.
I've got
There
the
we go,
cross
there we go.
also. Παναγία και-
But as we can see, Mr. Chris moves in very high circles. He has the chief of police in his pocket, so he doesn't have to pay that much rent, that's for sure. He's a nice guy. Thanks, Mr. Chris. Thanks very much. He's an absolute superstar. He really, really is. Right, we will continue on our trek, and we will not, as I say, out of courtesy, film the local boys in blue. Now, the next bit on our travels is that, which is the, well, bit of a dispute going on, but as usual, the music's going to start up because that's what they do. So come on, Receive Your Booth. There they are, setting up the speakers. So we'll get out of earshot because when that music comes on, it gets very, very loud, and YouTube just doesn't like it. That's for sure. So stick with us. Here we are.
Mr. Paul,
That's the wood kiss. Yes,
you
Christina.
recovered so good.
Yeah.
I was looking after you so good
You were.
that you're running faster than
You
me.
were, yeah.
What's going on
Yeah.
here?
Some of you understand, some of you don't understand. I caught COVID-19, had a bit of a bad time for 3 or 4 days, and had no energy whatsoever. But to be honest, since Thursday, which is 2 weeks, I've come back with more pep than ever before. I can run faster, I can do lots of things a lot more. Anyway, there we go. That's the Kato Paphos Promenade harbour. So stick with us. There's a nice little dog. Receive Yellow Booth has found a dog, and she loves dogs. In fact, she'll be doggy later. Right, keep going. Stay with us as we proceed along the Kato Paphos Promenade. The LaBouffe is coming up the rear end.
I'm coming. I was cuddling the little... cuddling?
Cuddling? Stroking?
Doggy.
Yeah.
Stroking.
She's absolutely obsessed with dogs. Now, we're able to walk this part of the harbour because that man at the moment is not playing. That is the man that YouTube believes is YouTube. And when he's not playing, we are able to feature a man called Mr. Costa, which is this gentleman here. And he does character chores. 5 to 10 minutes, 20 euros. Give him that. Big smile. Memory for life. Let's go. Dire Straits has started up in the background. So we get to our next Gumbaru, which is this chap. He's a rival to Mr. Chris, and he sells sea sponges. Yes, yes. You're right. He's got a great smile on his face. That's what he does. They're 15 euros a pop. The bigger ones, smaller ones, drop it in, squeeze it out, put it on your forehead, put it on your neck. Takes away the heat, opens the pores that allows you to breathe. Put it back. Say Farastopoli. Thank you very much. Absolute superstar, that's for sure. Oh no. Oh no, now we've got the man known as the hairiest man in the whole of Paphos. Let's sit down and watch him as he organises one of his parties. Look at that. He's surrounded by women. I'm in the wrong job. He's surrounded by women. Just so you understand what he does. This is Mr. Yanis, okay? And he's in cahoots with CY Dive, if you want to go diving. He promotes the Blue Lagoon boat trip. 40 euros for an adult, 20 euros for a child. There it is. Another one. 20 euros, 10 euros, you get food and all that sort of stuff. And then this is his new baby. This is the Zorki submarine. So it's a semi-submarine with a big glass bottom boat. And it's his dream to have SEX parties on that boat. And that's the man, the hairiest man in the whole of Paphos. He's a great guy, and we've known him for years. And we wish him all the luck in the world with a new boat called Zorki. And I'm pretty sure he's going to fill it out, that's for sure. But there he is, look at that. He's a star, an absolute star. He really is. He's a great guy. Thanks, Mr. Yanis.
Concerning to Mr. Harryman, he's got a very difficult job. People are booking the excursions, whatever they book, and he always has to be very typical and checking a few times the details, because if he wrote at the wrong hotel all the time, bye-bye. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a very difficult job that he's got, and he has to get all the information off the people, and then he has to get all the information into his little book. And then the following morning, what happens is you'll receive a phone call to confirm which hotel or which apartment complex you're at, and then they will arrive, as agreed, pick you up and transfer you to the boat or the Jeep Safari, whichever was one of the things that you did choose. So he is very comical, very funny, but at the same time he's very professional indeed, and we've witnessed it many times. You've seen it on camera. There's no mistakes. If you've paid him some money, you will get picked up, that's for sure. Now, the next Gumbaru on our travels, again, is promoting various sea cruises and that sort of thing, and that is Major Tom from Ground Control, and he's in charge of the whole of the Paphos Sea Cruises group of boats. And they do an awful lot of boats, and the big boy is the Ocean Vision, but they have some smaller boats and some lesser boats. And this is Major Tom, and as we can see, he's been working hard. You right, Major Tom?
Nice. Hi, guys.
He's always working hard. He's an absolute star, and it's his job on the whole of the ground crew to make sure that you have a great trip on any of their boats. And those boats include the Superstar, the Ocean Vision. You've also got the Sea Star. You've also got the Jolly Roger over there, which is designed for families, and it's a bit of a fun cruise that goes out these days. So that's him. He's in charge of all ground control. There are other staff involved as well, but he's the man himself. Any problems, any complaints, that's where you go. Anyway, we're in the harbour area, and the first restaurant is King's. It starts on that side, and then it goes across to that side, and just over there is the man himself. I will wipe my hand to make sure that it is nice and dry, but that's the man himself. That is Mr. Harris. You all right? How you doing? You look better today. You've had a good sleep.
Yeah, I had.
Yeah, you had a sleep. Excellent. Very well. Yesterday, Mr. Harris invited us for lunch. We came for lunch. We had a great lunch, but he was very tired because he's got several businesses and a hotel. Yeah, and a hotel. The King's Hotel, Mr. Rurik. And that's where we're going to go next. Wow. There we are. Absolute stars. King's Restaurant, the greatest hotel. There he is. You're right. How are you? Good? Good. See you later. Absolute stars. Now, waiting to greet us is a man. And his name is Andreas. And he operates outside the Theo's restaurant, which, as you can see, It's one of the busiest restaurants in the whole of the Paphos area. He's an absolute guy. Not talking to us anymore. No, that's right. He's not talking to us anymore because we talk to kings, that's for sure. That's for sure. We talk to the rivals, so he's gone off us. He's gone off us. He's gone off us. Yes, Crescevia? No, no.
Because I was thinking I was unique. If you talk to everybody, I'm not unique. So I'm very upset.
Andreas is the only Andreas in the world, and he is. He's a great guy. We'll make it up to him later. Yes, sir. We'll make it up to him later. It's a joke. Thanks, Mr. Andreas. Thank you. He's an absolute star. One day he wants to be your friend. One day he wants to play around the monkey, and that's what he's doing today. He watched us shake the hand of Harris from Kings, and that was it. I'm not your friend anymore. There we go. This is the Pelican Restaurant. And this is a restaurant that doesn't need any introduction whatsoever. It's the oldest and the most famous restaurant on the harbour area. That's one of the stars. He's a great looking guy, and we'll say yes as soon as he's got a great smile. Yes, sir. There we are. Yes. Over there is Mr. George. That's that man heading onto that table there. And we're going to pop up and see the one and only superstar known as Mr. Coco. Can we go and see Mr. Coco?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll follow your rear end. There we go. So stick with us as we go and see the one and only superstar, Miss Coco. The only place in the world where you are going to see Miss Coco. Look at that. Look at that. She is an absolute star. As usual, she is pruning and cleaning, and now she understands there's a camera, so she understands that she is on stage, that's for sure. How you doing, Miss Cokes? You all right? Yes. Miss Cokes is all right. Yes, she's all right. How you doing? You continue with the cleaning and the pruning and all that sort of stuff, because you are a one and only star, that's for sure. Here we go. Hair cutting and hair plucking. The great one and only Miss Coco. There we are. You're a star, Miss Coco. Crescevia?
Yes, she's beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Actually, every day she's beautiful. Yeah. Now she doesn't recognize me because I'm not wearing Miss Coco's mother's suit.
Correct. There we are. So stick with us. If you're wondering why Miss Coco is, should we say, penned at night, the reason is, hold on, look at that. There's a very big crab walking on. Look at that.
No, it's a lobster.
Lobster. Unfortunately, that poor lobster probably is going to be someone's supper tonight, but we wish them well, and we hope that supper's night. There's Mr. George, the owner of the restaurant. He's a really, really nice guy. And as you can see, he works and he serves and he takes your order as well, which makes him unique, that's for sure. There we are. The Jalalamo Bistro. There's the manager. You all right, Mr. Allen? Yep. There's Mr. McDonald. There's the Big P. There's the Shamak in the background. And there is their restaurant frontage, the Jalamo Cafeteria. And they do wonderful, wonderful ice creams, and as you can see, they're pretty busy even at this early time of night. Now, we can't see who's in charge tonight, but we can see Miss Layla, we can see the cook, so probably somewhere is Mr. Marios, or perhaps he's gone off on an errand, who knows. The next one along, there it is, Sail at the Castle, there it is, and there is their logo up there, and it's known as a great kitchen and a great bar. You want a drink? Come here. You want something to eat? You come here. Opens at 10 AM in the morning and stays open until late, that's for sure. Crescevia LaBouffe hasn't seen it, but I have. That's it. That's it. Crescevia LaBouffe is going to go and see the dog, because Crescevia LaBouffe loves doggies, that's for sure. Look at that. What a beauty. Absolute little beauty. He is. Stop. There we are. So as you see, on our travels, we always meet some old friends and we always meet some new friends. Now, just across the road, we have some old friends. But before that, we have another old friend. There he is. You're in a different T-shirt tonight. This is not you. This is not you.
I've changed the uniform now because I get
changed the uniform. Right, okay. Because normally he's wearing a Stevie's shirt, and that is Stevie's. There it is. That is theirs, and that is theirs. Look at that, absolutely packed out. The reason why it's packed is because they do a very good food and cocktails, and that guy is an absolute star. And that guy over there, sitting down looking at his phone with the glasses, is the boss. And he's a nice guy as well. Now, we always feature these because we like these people. We've met this lady before. We haven't met this lady. What's your name?
I'm Julie.
Julie. A star, I can tell with a great smile. Now, what they do is they are... Is fermenting the right word or not? Tell me.
Distilling.
Distilling this gin. So this is gin that is still in Polemi. And I met one of the owners, Marion, and she explained quite a lot about it. And one of these days we are going to go up and make a little video, and we are going to make contact with Madalena, isn't it? Yeah, because she's their sort of translator. But basically they make gin, and they put it into these rather nice looking bottles. And a few of our subscribers have bought it, so we haven't forgotten about you.
I had that
Sweet
one
Susan,
yes.
she bought one of those,
Oh,
and
yes.
she gave it to her daughter.
It's not exist for a long time now.
Marion gave one of those to Miss Gresivia Labou, and she drank it, and she said it was very, very nice indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll continue on our travels, and one of these days we are going to go up to Polemi, and we're going to monkey around in their distilling place. Unique video, unique. Yes, yes. They think they're going to get a serious video. Well, I think they don't. I think we're going to monkey around and probably swim in their gin, that's for sure. Anyway, Kato Paphos Harbour. It starts off with my boat. There it is. Look at that. That's my boat. Where's that young lady? I'm sure she'll come out in a minute and say, that's not your boat, that's my dad's boat. And you've got some smaller boats, some bigger boats, some fishing boats, and over yonder you've got two big grey boats. And guess what? If you monkey around, they're going to come and find you, beat you, and even shoot you because they are the police boats. You see that?
Talking about, you said that we're going to be monkeying around. The fact that we're monkeying around doesn't mean that we don't show the places and we don't say the dates and the facts that the people would be interested in.
You're going to fall off there, are you?
We just, yes, as you understand, I'm trying to keep my balance on. Not to, can you imagine, I'm million views.
Come on, Gresivia Labou, let's go and see our last superstar and his family, because it would be a shame not to include him. He appears to be doing a bit of maintenance on his instrument. Careful how I said that. And there they are. That's the great Simon himself, and there's his beautiful daughter Sophia, and his wife has vanished around the corner. He's doing a bit of maintenance. There's something wrong with the machine. Problem. Yeah, problem. There we go.
Oh, needs
so
to fix.
These are some of the things that you get to see. Look at that.
Yes, yes, yes. Very nice.
So something has broken, and he is fixing it, and he's going to play it, and he's going to sing the night away, that's for sure. There's his beautiful wife. She always has a great smile. Look at that smile.
Nice girl.
Yeah, there we go. So, I ask you please, if you come into the Kato Paphos Harbour and you happen to come past this wonderful young man, sometimes he's playing, sometimes the young lady's playing, please, 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 put your hand in your pocket and make sure that that box is full. If you want to get a few cents, give them a few cents. You've got €1, €2, €5, 10 euros, even 20 euros, why not? That's a beautiful family. A beautiful, beautiful family. And he's made a choice in his life to be a musician. He could have made another choice, and we all understand what that could be, but that's not the choice he's made. He wants to be an honest man, and he wants to provide for his wonderful wife, who is a star, and his beautiful, beautiful daughter. Anyway, big goodbye, Gresivia Labou.
Well, we're honestly humbled that we have you. We love you to bits. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to click and subscribe and come for another of our great madnesses. We love you to bits.
All that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, please hit the like, click subscribe, and of course come back for a little bit more of our madness. Yet again, there is my boat. Look at that, what a nice boat it is. And there is my beautiful, beautiful Armenian wife watching Gresivia Labou.